and I'm ready to get into it. How about you?
Yeah, let's do it. We do have the games kind of mixed up a little bit. Like, they're not going to be all A team, then all B team. No particular order here. Just getting them done. So, let's see what we got here.
Alright, spawning in at the bottom right corner of Circuit Breaker, we have Jaewon as a brown Zerg for Team Beasts.
And then, as the orange Zerg in the bottom left, from Team No1CareThat, we have AweAwe222. Oh, yeah.
Got that awesome orange-brown Zerg spawn, so this is going to be interesting with the creep as well, but I think we'll be able to handle it. Right off the bat, we have Jaewon scouting in the counterclockwise direction, which is technically correct, but unfortunately for him, that will result in the wrong scout. Meanwhile, AweAwe is sending his Overlord across to the bottom right, so he's going to see him first.
Yeah, so that'll give him a little bit of advantage. I mean, he'll be able to see, you know, what's Jaewon doing before Jaewon will know what Awe is doing. Like, is he going for a fast pool? Is he going for a fast lair? What's his build look like, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a minor difference, but that's where ZVZ is won and lost. I guess Jaewon's got the APM advantage going for him with that early game span, so you know it's about even. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this one plays out. ZVZ is kind of an interesting matchup. I mean, a lot of action can definitely happen. It comes down a lot to control, you know, with the Zergling micro or Muta micro. And that's about all you see, some Scourge.
Yep, very, very control oriented. A little bit in terms of luck, in terms of which build is versus which build, but you never know what's going to happen. We've got the 9 pull coming up from Jaewon, aggressive build opening, and that's why he's asking where from and complaining about lag. That's one strategy you can always use to throw your opponent off guard when you're about to attack. Just say from, and then you're going to win for sure.
Oh yeah, or the lag strats too.
The lag strats.
So yeah, he is getting the gas too, so I would expect this is for some fast speedlings. Meanwhile, his pool is a little bit later, but it's not so late that he should just straight up die to a bunch of lings.
Now, this is interesting. So yeah, he's going for it looked like a 12 pool, but then he is going to expand with it into his mineral only, which is very odd. You know, this is closer to your opponent. You generally are only going to be mining the gas from your expansion anyway in ZVZ, so taking a mineral only is odd. I can only assume he's trying to be sneaky and hope this is unscouted, but you know, with these spawns, that Overlord is going to pass right over that.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, Awe didn't know Jaewon was here at first when he started that hatchery, so it's not a great location, but if it goes unscouted, it could definitely pay off.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. We do have the first lings out from AweAwe, and they're going straight into the ramp. They're actually going down the ramp, which is a big mistake here. He has to know this is an early pull build, and he's going to lose this one Zergling. Yeah, that Zergling is gone. He's going to keep it kind of running around the back, but there's no saving that. Does manage to keep the other 4 Zergling on top of the ramp, secures it, but he needs to continually reinforce this position. You just have to hold your ramp here or things get ugly quick once that speed kicks in.
The nice thing is he does have an Overlord, so he should be able to keep track as Jaewon continue to produce lings. Then he should know he needs to continue to produce lings. But if he switches into drone production, AweAwe can feel comfortable switching to drones himself.
Yep, and he does see the timing of that Spire, which is great information, so he's going to know you know, how fast he needs to get his own Spire versus if he's going to have to go Evo. He doesn't even have a lair started. Looks like he is opting for very little gas this game. So he is just going to go for Ling speed, it looks like, and just survive on the Evo chamber. This now gets scouted, that Overlord running over to that hatchery, and there's no way to save that. He's going to try. I don't think this is a great idea. I mean, these are speedlings, and there's more of them.
Yeah. Already not looking good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he is going to pull back. Okay.
That's kind of surprising.
Yeah. He does hang on to it.
Yeah, and this larva is actually very, very important to be able to keep this. It looks like we actually have a creep colony out from Jaewon. He wasn't persisting in creating too many lings. He may have snuck a couple of drones, which is why he wasn't able to reinforce that position there. So he's just going to hold his own ramp. He shouldn't be in no danger here, and he's just going to take this to the muted game. I think this is actually a really smart play, because you don't need to go all in on killing that hatchery. The larva advantage is big, but it's not gas. Like, you're not going to have to worry about 2 gas mining versus 1. And then Awe actually pushes up the ramp. There was no way to get anything done there, especially with the sunken now.
Yeah, I don't know about pushing up like that. He traded a little inefficiently there, and Jaewon's gonna have this tech advantage. Like, he knows the spire's down. He should expect mutas are on the way.
Yeah, we need creeps coming ASAP.
Yeah.
This Evo's a little bit late, and you can start the creep before the Evo is complete. He really needs to cut whatever corner he can because these mutas are coming. They're going straight for the base as well. I was trying to pressure at the front, but with that sunken, it looks like Jaewon isn't interested in keeping these mutas back.
Yeah, I mean, one thing AweAwe does have going for him is the extra larva, so he could continue to stream in Zerglings and try and overwhelm Jaewon with just sheer number of Zerglings, but Jaewon smartly is actually putting down another creep. Not wanting to die to a bunch of Zerglings, he's going to get a second sunken to help him defend while he, has free reign with it over the air with his mutas.
Yeah, it's a great move. Jaewon is actually going to send this muta dress to that hatchery, which is going to give AweAwe enough time to get his own spore up. I think, one muta is not going to be able to kill too many things on its own. So this is a decent decision. Might have been able to find something. Wow, he's going a lot of spore, or a lot of sunken rather.
Oh wow.
That might be a little overkill, but I guess he feels like he just has to survive this attack. And so far, no drones going down. Really good drone drilling, keeping all of his drones safe. And that was a great save from Jaewon. I'd like to see him cancel one of these, but he is going to have 4 sunkens. 1 gets canceled. So
does save a little bit of minerals there.
Yeah, I think this might be overkill, but we'll have to see if he can get that mutaflock up with the limited drones that he has. He's actually re-droning now. Actually completely stopped mining gas as well.
Okay, so he might be concentrating a little bit more on lings at the moment, while AweAwe222 is just finishing his lair now, so I expect to see a spire going down pretty soon here.
Yeah, both players have cut gas mining pretty massively. There's no sunken here though, so these speedlings might be able to get a couple of drone kills. Although they're targeting the spore, there's a lot of lings there to support. There's no way that's going to happen.
Not sure about targeting the spore. You only have 4 lings, you're not going to kill it, so it probably would have been better to target a couple of drones, maybe pick them off. But...
yeah, now the situation is not as clear cut as it could be. I think, and the gas mining is a little screwed up for Jaewon as well. Just his massive sim around that geyser is causing some of the drones to occasionally pop out the other side, it looked like. Taking zone expansion is a cool move here. I like this, now that the lings have been traded out mostly. But, the advantage you normally get from a 9 pool with getting the mutaflock up is kind of lost. He doesn't have the gas advantage anymore.
Yeah, and AweAwe still does have a second hatchery here in his main, so he's still going to have more larvae for a little bit until the second hatchery does come up for Jaewon. He is just now switching back into some muta production, so his muta count is still a bit higher. The spire isn't quite up. It's about to finish now for AweAwe, and he'll be able to start producing his own mutalisks and try and catch up in the muta count.
Yeah, it looks like Jaewon has maybe 100 or maybe even 50 gas up on AweAwe, so once these mutas pop, it's going to be a very even air battle. And from here, it's going to be decided on whether or not Jaewon can keep this natural and mine some gas from it. Because once muta are out, the ling effectiveness drops down pretty radically.
Yeah, like I said, if Jaewon is able to hold his natural and start mining gas, it's going to be a big advantage. He's going to be able to afford a lot more muta and a lot more scourge, especially with them both being on 2 hatcheries here. They'll have the same larva count. It's just going to come down to Jaewon has more gas, so he can make more air units and eventually overwhelm his opponent.
Now, I'm not sure who has more drones at the moment. That is one question I still have. They both have at least 12. Larva advantage is equalizing. It looks like AweAwe has a decent supply advantage, but it's certainly not in mutas. So I would assume it's all in drones. I guess he's got those massive lings here as well, so that's probably the only difference.
Yeah, because I don't see any lings out for Jaewon.
Which gives him an opportunity, honestly, where the mutaflock is smaller. If you have this many lings, you can absolutely take out this natural hatchery. But he's going to have to move soon, because once the muta gets bigger, there's no hope for that. That splash damage alone would just destroy these lings.
Yeah, he can even use the lings to help tank glaive shots from the opponent's mutalisks. If they get into an air battle. The mutas actually
just pass each other. Jaewon needs to be a little careful. I think he has less mutas here. He's got a flock of 5, and there's actually 6 So this is the attack out from AweAwe. He's going to use the Lings and Mutas together. Looks like Muta's going into the main, Lings at the natural. It's going to be pretty tough for Jaewon to defend.
Yeah, this is looking really strong from AweAwe. I mean, he could definitely take out these drones. If he can get this hatchery, he's going to be in a really commanding position in this game.
A lot of these Lings are doing damage to the extractor, which is not the target he wants. Most of the drones were saved, or actually 2 drones remain, 1 went down I think, and drones going down into the main, but the Mutas are actually caught. They're having to run, although there's actually less that are chasing them I think. If they stood and fight, they might be okay.
Oh, they're just taking so much free damage here though, running away. Like, at this point you kind of just gotta turn and fight. You're just going to take all this damage for free and lose all your Mutas.
Oh, yeah, that one shot was enormous. So AweAwe manages to reinforce with Lings, going to take out the natural hatchery, but he traded all of his Mutas for it. And there's the GG. I really think if he had just fought initially, you know, maybe he would have lost the trade, but it probably would have whittled down Jaewon's Muta number enough. So that was the kill and blow there. Really nice play from both players, countering each other quite well.
Yeah, it was a nice first game. I think, like you said, if they had fought, even though he probably would have lost the battle being lower Muta count, it would have left Jaewon with only a couple more Mutas, and he had spores to defend. He could have made some Scourge and more Mutas at home, while the Mutas were flying across, and would have been perfectly fine while taking out Jaewon's natural hatchery. So,
well, anything would have been better than just losing all the Mutas for free, essentially.
definitely, yeah.
So unfortunately for him, like a well attempted attack, but Jaewon handled it quite well as himself. So that Team Beast up 1-0.